I mean, the sentiment is getting really negative there. What do you make of where the markets go from here?
I would say that at the moment, everything reflects on our vaccine rollout program that would certainly will recover the economy. That's why I think at the moment, the market going either sideways or by staying at this level.
Do you see foreign investors coming in at all? I mean, year to date, they've pulled out about $3 billion. Add to that, we have a weak Thai baht. I mean, is that a hindrance to sentiment coming back?
In my opinion, I think once the situation clear up on this health issue, the Thai economy would certainly bounce back. And at the moment, actually, some part of the sector, some part of the economy, sector like industrial, sector like automobile, sector like electronics, sector like agriculture and food, actually bounced back above the level of the last year before the crisis. So I would say that it depends a lot on this vaccination rollout program that once the people get better and economy begin to reopen, the situation gonna be much better. If you look back the fourth quarter of last year in 2020, the foreign flow come back into the country almost like $500 million once there is a good news about the control of the disease and the economy start to reopen.
The thing is, GDP is in question. We've seen a contraction of about 5 quarters now. How will that impact the earnings of those listed Thai companies?
Good question. One of the good news is that nowadays Thai companies have almost half of their earnings come from outside the country and the other half come from the domestic economy. So actually, when you look at each company, each sector, you need to look at where the revenue actually come from. So it's true that the domestic economy is important. However, the global recovery actually helped a lot of performance of Thai listed company.
Pakorn Peetathawatchai, looking at the exchange itself, what does the IPO pipeline look like?
During the past few years, we have quite a steady IPO pipeline because the Thai company has been expanding not only just in Thailand, but also in the region and all over the globe. And I think this is the part that why we have been able to achieve number 3 in Asia on the IPO amount that we did last year. And this year, we actually have the same pace. During the first 6 months, we already have almost $3 billion fundraising in our market. And I would say that every year from now on, we have quite a strong pipeline. And if you would like to get more information, during the 3rd week of this August, 23 to 25th, 25th to 27th, we have a flagship inbound roadshow that we will give more information to all the investors about it. If you need more information, please get into our website.
Pakorn Peetathawatchai, yeah, just when you say that, I'm looking also at any foreign companies in those in that pipeline as well coming through. And on top of that, do you think you need to merge or consolidate your exchange with another one at the moment to give yourself that much more, I suppose, oomph?
This is a part that we have been thinking for quite some time on how can we attract more foreign listed company into our market. We think that in able to do so, that foreign listed company need to have a business in the region or business in Thailand. That's why we are more open on allowing the foreign entity to be listed in Thailand nowadays. You can do it through either holding company structure, the cross listing, family listing, the REIT, and the infrastructure trust. So I would say that this is the first part that we would proceed. And in the future, we will look into it.
Yeah, and Pakorn Peetathawatchai, that brings me nicely to also, why would people come to Bangkok to list rather than elsewhere where there may be greater depth of liquidity? And what do you then promise them, entice them with as well? What new products and derivatives or otherwise are you at the moment planning?
When you look at the liquidity, when you look at the size of the market, when you look at the variety of the product that we have, actually we are supporting many type of like related activity in the financial market. However, the thing that we look into it at the moment that we would like to do more would be how can we have the global product being listed in Thai capital market. Last year, when the COVID epidemic start, the thing that Thai investors need a lot is to diversify. And this is what we would like to do more. We would like to get the foreign product to be listed in Thailand in the type of depository receipt or the ETF. This is the plan that we're going to have in the near future, that we plan to have more of this kind of product in our exchange.
Khun Pakorn, you talk about expecting a steady flow of IPOs. The target you've set is 30 to 50 IPOs, raising as much as $7.8 billion. Are you on track?
At the moment, we're still on track because during the first 6 months, we already achieved more than half of that. And when we look at this pipeline, we normally look at the pipeline on average 5 years. So we expect that at least 3 to 5 billion US dollar each year that was achievable during the past 5 years. So when we look into the future, we are quite certain that we will have that kind of flow into the market.
What is the biggest risk for the SET right now?
Certainly, I would say that the recovery of the local economy, which depends a lot on the way that we can manage this epidemic, on how can we get people more vaccinated. I think this is the key assumption that we would be able to get the Thai economy moving forward, and also the pick up of all the industry that we have a lot of strength, like the well-being economy, the hospitality, the healthcare, the food and beverage. Those are the things that has been our strength. And in the future, the thing that we plan to do is that how can we make this sector provide more value-added services to our customers. This is the thing that at the moment we are working on, and it depends a lot on this kind of like control on this health issue.